It's going to be a challenge, though. First of all, he needs to survive this one with black.
And missing those opportunities is exactly what makes that mental block even deeper in your mind. That when you get a good position, you still are not able to make the most of it. We've got liftoff and an English opening this time by Magnus.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. Very patriotic. Thanks, Magnus. English opening. But it will, of course, transpose maybe to Queen's Gambit decline, to a bunch of different lines, depending on what Magnus is feeling right now. And the triangle system for black, kind of hybrid between the Slav and the Queen's Gambit declined. And okay, now the players after this pawn exchange will head into a Carlsbad structure. Magnus is maybe the world-leading expert on the plans for both white and black in this type of setup, but the game definitely takes on a quieter nature after this last couple of moves. Robert, do you think Magnus is just in a peaceful mood here, or is he going to try and end the match now?
It's funny because as we look at this opening, I'm used to seeing Magnus having the black side of this position. The famous games against Vladimir Krumnik and many other top players. But I think that Magnus, he doesn't need to really do much of anything. He's not forced to play for a result. He can just play his moves. He's playing a stable opening, and the pressure is all on Arjun. We do acknowledge that Arjun in game 2 had quite a sizable advantage, but that missed tactic, that was really the one major chance to win the game. I just feel like Magnus has nothing to worry about from the perspective that he is the best player in the world. He is Magnus Carlsen last time I checked, so he doesn't need to take any risk. He can just play his normal stuff.
But I like what Arjun's done, David. Now, even with the black pieces, he is trying to create an imbalance in the position, or at least asking Magnus, does he want to trade that bishop for the knight? Very often, that's what ends up creating a messy middle game. So knight h5, and now the ball is in Magnus's court. Does he trade this bishop for the knight?
Yeah, Arjun is also saying, I'm in preparation, you aren't. And 15 minutes, he's actually gained a few seconds since the start of the game. Arjun, this last knight move, planting a knight on the edge of the board, we've seen it backfire several times on the tour. You only want to put a knight on the edge if you're 100% sure it actually achieves something. But he's saying to Magnus, okay, I've looked at this, I've worked out the consequences of any potential minor piece trades, and Magnus now is going in the tank just to try and find a way to get Arjun out of that prep. And yeah, a bunch of moves here we most likely will see. White having to part with the bishop pair, but
black can come in to e4, offering that trade, and this is bad news for Magnus. Magnus steps back with the rook to d1, and it just looks like Arjun's done everything right. Can he? Well, he can't go queen e4 right now, David, because the g5 pawn is hanging with check.
Or can you? The evaluation bar, we see there on the
Well,
money.
he does it.
He's played it. It's gone in black's favour, the bar here. And Magnus, maybe not realising the strength of this pin. Yes, you could take a pawn, restore the material balance, but after the black rook blocks this check, suddenly where does your queen go? No attractive squares. And maybe you just slide one square across. Suddenly there are all sorts of knight jumps. The knight's threatening to come in with a check, hitting the king. Remember, this pawn in front of it is pinned. Big attack suddenly brewing, and this is the position on the board.
Yeah, and Arjun's finding all the best moves. Knight f4 check is a winning threat, and you see the evaluation bar dipping in Arjun Erigaisi's favor. That white king is suddenly the more exposed one of the two. The bishop on b1 is a bystander, not doing anything, and Magnus slides his king back to g1, so knight f4 doesn't come with a fork, but it still is a playable move, attacking the queen. The g3 pawn is pinned, and we see that knight f4 is indeed the best move with a winning advantage for black.
Wow, let's go back to the game. Will he find this move? Will he plant his knight on this powerful square? Looks like he's gone for something else. No, he attacked the queen with his rook instead. Not as strong. Letting Magnus back in the game, perhaps. And wow, a quick few moves there. The knights have been traded off. But a checkmate threat on the board. Black's rook or black's queen want to jump in to the h1 square.
3 seconds for Arjun.
Yeah, checkmate was threatened, but no longer. The black rook forced away from the open h-file. Can Magnus defend? Maybe survive the worst.
Playing with seconds, Magnus Carlsen is struggling on the clock.
Yeah, 6 seconds against 8. There's going to be blunders, there's going to be mistakes, they're only human, but the queens are off the board. This is great news for Arjun Erigaisi. Look at that black pawn in the centre. It's tying down the white rook and the white bishop. He's essentially playing up a piece, and Magnus gesturing. Wow, he's just blundered a pawn.
He's gave away the pawn, and he's lost.
He's given away the game.
Arjun's going to strike back. Wow, what a turnaround this has been.
With the black pieces, David, which means he goes into the final round with white, but there's still work to be done. It's not over till it's over against the world champion.
But this game is over because Magnus just resigned, Arjun Erigaisi wins, and we have a level match.
Wow, that is huge.